Hi and welcome to another one of the Moonlight Scriptz and Buildz video tutorials. Today I'm gonna show you how to use the all new rental basket. The rental basket is a rental system specifically developed for animal or breedable pet markets. It's best to rent out little places with very few prims in short time to sell kitties or bunnies or stuff like that. Well, how to use it and how to set it up. First we need to find it in our inventory and rent it as the rental basket. Just rent it. It's sculpted, so it may take some time to load. When we rent it, it already does a self-test and starts up, and then asks for debit permissions. For now we can just deny this, because we want to configure it with our own settings first. To configure it, we right-click on the basket and select Edit. The Edit window opens. Now we go to the Content tab, and there we find two note cards. One is a rental agreement note card. I'll come back to that later. And the other one is a config note card. This is the actual configuration settings, so we double click on it to open it. When the note card is opened, we see that there are several settings we can adjust. The first setting is in line 3, it's the minimum rental period for animal markets or small spaces. This will usually be 1 day. If we like 1 week, we could simply change the setting to 7 days. So this would be the minimum rental time of 1 day, of 1 week. But for now we want a minimum rental time of 1 day, so we leave it at 1 here. Next setting is the rental fee that we want to charge from our tenants for this day. The previous setting is 35, this is the default. If you have a good market with high traffic, you can easily set it to something like 50 or even more. Next setting is the prim allowance that we want to grant our tenants. For example, if we want our tenants to put their one wildwood kitty and a football and maybe a kitty treat, this would be 18 prims. If we want our tenants to have their just one optimal bunny, we could set it to 11 prims. If we want our tenants to allow to put something more like 2 cats or even more prims there, we can adjust it. This setting will be later then shown in the hovertext. Speaking of the hovertext, this is the next setting. This is the hovertext that the basket shows when it is unleased, meaning if no tenant is registered to the basket. The standard setting is here, basket for rent. Click here for info. But to make this basket as flexible as possible, we can simply change this hovertext. We do it in this line, just mark it, and we could type something else here, maybe German. Okay, if we wouldn't make so many typos, we could have done this faster. So now we have our hovertext in German language, if we want that. The next setting is here is the hovertext color. The standard default setting is white. It's 1.1.1. If you want to change this, don't forget to leave the brackets there. So let's say we want a blue hovertext. We could simply change it to 0.0.1, and then the hovertext would be in blue. The next setting is the same for the basket color, so we can adjust it to our taste and our style as well. Okay, if we have tweaked all settings and edited everything we want, We save the node card. Wait until it's saved. Now it's done. Close it again. You see our basket starts up again. We still deny the debit permissions because we have one more thing to do, and this is the rental agreement. Rental agreement node card is a node card that is given to new tenants and to interested avatars who touch on an unleased basket. So when we open this, we see there is only blah blah text inside. So we should edit this to our rental terms. We should maybe put some contact details in it. We should maybe put rules of our area in it. We could note down how to get the necessary group that we need to rent prims on this location and stuff like that. Okay, we assume we now have edited this node card. For the demo, I'll just leave it as a standard default text. And now we touch our basket again to start it up. Now we see it starts. It gives progress status. Once it reaches 100%, it asks for debit permissions again. Now this time we need to grant them. Once we granted them, we see our basket is ready. It shows blue hovertext. And now we discover that the blue hovertext setting was not very wise because it's absolutely not readable here. So with a brighter background we can actually read it. We have our German hovertext line that we just changed in the config setting. Then we have the prim allowance, and we have our rental fee and the minimum rental time. Our basket has taken the color we have set it in the config node card. Since we didn't change it, it's still slightly brown. Now if we want to rent this basket, assuming we are now a tenant, we would simply right click on it and select pay. Our rental basket now offers us the price for the minimum rental time, for 2, for 3 and for 4 rental periods. We now simply pay for 1 day, and we get in green chat lines what we have done. Again, we get the rental agreement node card because some tenants may not read it beforehand, so after they rent it, they get it again. I simply discard this now because I know what's in this node card. And now we have in the hovertext our name because we just rented, and we have the remaining time. This is 1 day. If this day is now up, our rental basket would notify us that our time's up now, and would advise us to remove all our prims. We as owner have now another chance. We can touch the basket and we get the owner menu. We have now several options. If we wanted to grant our tenant 1 day without charging him for the day, we can simply click on +1 day, and this causes the rental time to be extended by 1 day. See, in hovertext it now shows 2 days. Another option would be to extend by 1 week. This would, 1 week would be added to the rental time. We can get info. Info would show us the tenant, a link to the tenant's profile and the remaining time in chat, maybe to copy it into a node card or any other data storage. And the next and last option would be to reset the basket. Reset must be handled a bit careful because the tenant is notified about this. And if a tenant has still paid up front a lot of days, we might have to refund him. I now click reset to see what happens. We see it starts up again. Asks us for debit permissions again, because we have reset the basket completely, and is now open for lease again. If you now need several baskets with exactly the same settings, you could either rent a new basket from your inventory and edit the config node card again, or there is a faster option that you have. You can right click and edit this basket, then hold down the shift key on your keyboard, grab one of the colored arrows and drag a copy of this basket. You now have an identical copy with exactly the same settings. This one starts up immediately too. When it reaches 100%, we grant debit permissions, and now we have two rental baskets with exactly the same settings. Thank you for watching this video tutorial, and hope you have a lot of fun and good success with your rental baskets. Bye!